This week on the PrecursorCast, Militus invents fusion energy. Tess has a nervous breakdown about the state of the economy, and Guild Wars 2 finally introduces virtual reality. Well, at least we think that's what happens. It's time to wind it up. It is episode 3 of the PrecursorCast. Well, thanks to everybody for joining us on this wonderful, wonderful time of the year when we will have turkey in our bellies.
Ooh.
And we will be thankful.
I can smell it now, Boom.
It's going to be a lot of fun, isn't it? It's going to be a lot of fun. We're recording this.
It's going to be fun.
I predict it will be fun.
We're recording this in the past for the future. Right? Is that right? Do I have my time travel correct?
It's wibbly wobbly, timey wimey.
We've got some wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff going on, and that's what makes this so great. Well, I am Boom, and I am joined by Tess and Militus. How are you guys doing on this wonderful Thanksgiving?
Oh, I'm so happy, but we've just learned that Militus doesn't do laundry because he's wearing the same thing he wore in the past.
How did that happen? 2 weeks in a row, same shirt.
Sorry, I love the Stones so much. I had to wear the t-shirt.
It's all good. It's all good. I can appreciate that. I can appreciate that. What I wanted to do to start us all off is I wanted to do our predictions of what's going to happen next week in the future. What is going to happen? So we each get a chance to kind of predict the future. Tess, what is your future prediction?
Well,
that's going to come true, by the way.
That on the 25th, right? When will this get posted? The 25th or the 26th?
It'll be the 25th.
Wednesday or Thursday?
Be the 25th.
Okay, so on Wednesday the 25th, I predict that I will have won the lottery and I will have quit my job to become a full-time dramaturge. That's what I think that will happen.
Okay, for us lay people.
That was a good prediction.
Possibly uneducated people.
Yeah. Because that's real close to
dramaturge.
dramaturge.
Well, a dramaturge is a person that works for a theater and does all the research into their season. So why should they choose different shows to do?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you
and
for
does
teaching
all of
me
the
something.
historical and does all the background information research on different shows.
Thank you, Tess.
It's the nerdy part of theater.
Tess is big time into theater. Her shows are really well known. She's the best there is.
No.
But it does sound like dramaturg.
Awesome.
Sorry, it does. Because when you first said it, I was like, you were like, I'm gonna become a full-time dramaturg, and I was like,
not a turd.
I was like, what is a dramaturg? Like a dramatic?
Turd.
You're just gonna, I envision you just
fight you.
being dramatic.
Turge.
Okay, terge.
Turge.
Okay, there's a.
Not duh.
Yeah.
Okay, I predict that on the 25th, Boom will be dead because I will have fought him and murdered him in his sleep.
If this comes true, this is my final podcast, and you're going to be very, very sad. This got really ugly. Everybody's going to have to turn their podcast off. This got vicious. Well, I predict something that I know by now is going to come true, and that is that Guild Wars 2 is going to run on my Windows phone. That's my prediction.
How are you going to use your limited action set?
So I get my phone on Friday, my Windows phone, and I'm pretty sure that right now ArenaNet, they're pulling all-nighters. And by the time this podcast airs, I will be able to just play it on my phone, and I'll be getting all the fat loots.
You need to get a wireless Logitech mouse with like all the buttons on the side of it, so that you can pair it to your phone, and then a wireless keyboard. You can just sit at work with your phone up and play Guild Wars 2.
That's right what I'm thinking. So ArenaNet, don't let me down. All right. Tess.
Milla, Milla, what is your prediction?
Well, yeah, Boom, you're leaving me out.
I thought you already predicted, but you didn't. You didn't predict it.
So I'm hoping that you fueled the podcast today with the 1.2 gigawatts we need to propel ourselves into the future.
There you go. There we go, because we need it. Yeah, we need that. Okay.
By the way, as a caveat, is it not entirely hilarious that no one in 1985 knew that giga is actually pronounced giga? That's so funny. But anyways,
I never realized that. That is so funny. Oh God.
So
what's your
my prediction? Oh, mine's gonna ruffle feathers. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
I predict that by the end of this year, which it'll become really evident next week, by the way, on the 26th. But by the end of this year, Guild Wars 2 will overtake World of Warcraft and the number of players experiencing happiness, pleasure, and effective gameplay.
That just happened. Oh man. Wow, that is a bold prediction.
Bold statement.
That is
Notice my adjectives and my caveats at the end of that.
Yeah, that's a bold statement, and
fun, meaningful, and effective.
There's people right now that are just they're getting chills as they heard that, and they're like, oh.
And some people are going, "F you, militants!"
Yeah, right now
they're like, "Best thing ever."
Yeah, that's happening right this minute. Well, we have a fantastic rest of the show for you, but first, Tess, tell them how they can get a hold of us if they want to be a part of the show, because we want you to contribute. You got to join up in the show and be a part.
Okay. So, in order to get a hold of us, you can visit our website at pc.kindofabigdealgaming.com. You can call us. Ooh, as I punch the microphone. It wouldn't be a show if I didn't punch the microphone at least once.
True.
You can call us at 702-635-1337. You know, whatever it is. I think that's going to be the official jingle. So 702-625-LEET. Are you a goop?
Hey, Robert Baer, Mark Haystack Wealth. So if AT&T has run the phone line out to your shack out in the holler in the hills of Arkansas, call us.
Oh God! Stop it
your
with
bong, Bear,
with the gobble gobble.
That's a turkey.
Okay. You can tweet us at PrecursorCast. You can email us at precursorpodcast@gmail.com.
Right.
You can watch us every Wednesday at 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific at www.twitch.tv/precursorcast. Or you can visit our Facebook, where all this information is listed, as well as information as how to message us in game at www.facebook.com/precursorpodcast. And we are also on iTunes.
And that is a heck of a lot of work, by the way. I just wanted to mention that's a lot of stuff to post things to. So thank you, Internet, for at least being somewhat easy to operate, because it's a lot of stuff to do.
Somewhat. I like the way you're out of that caveat.
Stop gobbling. Oh, my Lord.
It's Turkey Day. I'm trying to get everybody in the mood. Wait, I got a turkey. This is called turkey alarm. I've never heard this sound before, but...
What in the heck?
That is turkey alarm. I'm sure that all the turkey people out there...
It sounds like a turkey mating call. Like,
that Boom is high on tryptophan.
Right,
that is
on.
what I...
That is a turkey owl hooting.
A turkey owl. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, and this one should be good. That wasn't as good. Okay, wait. This one's called turkey cutting. This could get gory.
Oh.
Any moment. Okay, that wasn't that bad.
Okay.
We survived.
I was about to say, please, Boom, don't do that, because you're going to make the turkey I'm about to bite into, because I'm in the future, right?
Yes,
Tastes
yes,
a whole
you are.
lot less
Yes, you
Good.
You are.
Militus, I'm just
Nope.
I'm gonna go on record as naming the turkey that you're gonna eat. I'm gonna name him Klaus.
Klaus.
You're gonna
Klaus?
munch on some Klaus.
I'm gonna tear Klaus's leg straight up. I'm gonna chew the hell out
That
of
is-
Klaus's tendons when I get him.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, or Kevin. So
Kevin.
who was it? Mo. Mo got a mace. It was an exotic mace, and it was just called Kevin. That was the name of the mace, and it was like a femur.
Oh, nice.
Well,
And it was called Kevin. I thought that was hilarious.
well, let's do. So normally at this time, we do our moment of Zen. Normally that's what we do, but we're in a festive spirit. We're in a really, really festive spirit.
There's a man named Farmer Brown. He's got the fattest turkey around. He's been feeding that turkey well to fatten him up for a Thanksgiving meal. Mrs. Brown said, "Honey dear, let's eat that big bird this year. Go and fetch your brand new axe. Take that turkey round the back. Fly the turkey, fly real fast. Day is gonna be your last."
There we go.
Oh no.
There we go.
Started out so great and then got so violent.
It got ugly quick. But if you think about it, it's not a pretty holiday for the turkeys, but that's okay. So what we're gonna do now, then, is we're gonna do a instead of the Zen, we're gonna talk about some things that we are thankful for in Guild Wars 2. We're gonna give thanks in Guild Wars 2. So Tess, kick us off. What are
I
you
have to go
thankful?
first?
Well, yeah, you're always
I'm
first.
thankful for so many things.
We have
though.
to pick at least one to start with.
Okay, well, obviously, I'm thankful for all the people I get to play with, but that seems kind of lame. So I'm gonna say I'm really thankful to ArenaNet for creating such a community-centered game
Right.
that feels like everyone is helping everyone else.
That was good. That was good. No, I was listening.
Yeah, but then you gave me the turkey owl, so I don't think that you
I don't think that was
appreciated
a
my
turkey.
thanks.
I don't think that was a turkey owl.
I'm thankful for Militus way more than I'm thankful for you.
Oh,
Just saying.
shots
That
fired.
was hardcore. Oh,
Even though in the future,
yeah.
I'm going to see you in probably like 12 hours
I'm
after
already-
this airs.
I'm already dead.
Oh, that's right. I've killed you.
Killed
Never
me
mind.
off earlier. You got to keep your timeline straight.
Wibbly wobbly, timey
We're
wimey.
jumping all around. We're in a, yeah, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. How about you, Militus? What is something you're thankful for in Guild Wars 2?
All right, so I'm gonna also agree with Tess and say I'm thankful for the community. And I'm gonna reach a little outside Guild Wars 2 because some of these people have played with me in Guild Wars 2. But
Yeah.
honestly, I want to say I'm thankful for all the people I'm close friends with in gaming,
Yeah.
not just in Guild Wars 2, but
Right.
all my dirty casual friends. And I mean, you guys mean a lot to me. I never say that, but you know, my online friends are a big part of my life and my identity. So thankful for that. And I'm most, you know what I'm most thankful for? That there's not a thieving bastard stealing my nodes in Guild Wars 2. Like
No thieving bastards.
Thank you, Reenet, for not allowing those thieving bastards to swoop down and steal my node as I'm harvesting.
Yep. No turkey bastards.
What about
stealing
you,
your nodes.
Boom? What are you thankful for?
Oh my goodness gracious. You know what I'm thankful for is a fun gaming experience where I feel like I get to control the difficulty level because I can go to different places and do different things and I can feel whatever level of challenge I want to at any time when I'm playing. I don't always have to be, stuck on a linear path. I prefer games that are open and just let me do them, and I love it. The other thing I'm thankful for, this game has the very best PvP of any MMO out there right now, hands down. And I'm so thankful
'Cause
that
I'm
when I'm
actually good at
tired, yeah, exactly. I'm just
Dude, I
thankful that
suck at PvP and I like this PvP.
Exactly,
It's
and
so
I'm
good.
usually terrible at it.
when I've been going and playing a game for a while and I'm kind of just tired of the standard old MMO gameplay for a minute and I just am a little burned out, I just play PvP for a couple days and I feel great. And I'm just like, oh, that was so fun, and I get really into it. The other night I got into World v World, and it was a lot of fun. And so I
How'd
did
you
some
like that?
I had a lot of fun. It's a little hard at first because there's a lot to know. There's a huge portion of that game that I kind of need to learn. And so I had to kind of go out into the world, and then I had to kind of find the big Zerg that was kind of going around, because it's got you have, there's safety in numbers in World v. World. Sure. And so you need at least
we have a question.
2, 3, or 4 of you to go around. Yes, Tess.
My question is, Sir Boom,
This
Professor
is pretty
Boom.
official.
Professor Boom.
My question is, how many people can play at one time in World v. World? Is it unlimited?
I have no idea. There's so many people running around.
Okay, so it's pretty
insane.
much unlimited. Okay.
I feel like it is. I feel like everybody on the server could get against everybody else on the
Well,
server.
it's
It
server
probably isn't
specific,
like that.
so technically, couldn't it be the server?
I feel
Yeah,
like it could
so
be.
it's like the entire server could be going up against the entire server.
We'll have to Google that, or maybe somebody can tell us. I don't know if we've got. We kind of went long on this podcast, so I don't know how many people are listening. But if we have some people in live, maybe they'll know. But yeah, I don't really know, what the limit is. But I do know that it's a lot of fun. And if you were to take like your small guild group and just kind of band together, you could go and take over some nodes that are being kind of ignored by other people. And I often wonder if a better strategy isn't sort of split up and then go for it. Yeah, you can do that if you are left alone. But I kind of feel like there's a missing strategy out there, because everybody kind of zergs, and the 2 zergs battle, and the battles are epic when you get 2 groups going. And you can hop up, by the way, on the towers, and you can build things like arrow carts and all this other stuff. And so you can hop up, build an arrow cart, drive the zerg back. So it's a lot of fun. So they're driving to a point, and then all of a sudden you add some equipment in there and you drive them right back. They can't compete, and it gets this real big back and forth game. It's a lot of fun. I can see why people get stuck on it. A lot of fun.
Would you guys like a answer?
Yeah.
Sorry, to the question you posed.
I would.
Yes.
I would.
Okay, this is from the wiki.
All right,
player limits are based on the server resources being used. If too many players try to log into a map, additional players will be placed in a queue and can continue playing on other maps. The limit number is split equally among all 3 worlds, because remember, it's
right.
It's 3 servers battling each other.
So
all
one
at once.
server. I know that there's a problem right now, and I don't understand the problem because I haven't been playing enough of it, but I've heard there's not a lot of people in it right now because of the new expansion. Everybody's doing that content. So I think it's being a little neglected.
All the new hotness is taking people out of World v. World.
I love that, the new hotness.
All the new hotness. But I think what's happening though is they're gonna give it some more love, and that makes me really thankful.
When I wake up in the morning and I breathe in the air, I'm thankful, I'm thankful.
When someone gives me a hug and shows me they care, hug, hug, I'm thankful, I'm thankful.
So there you have it. I'm thankful.
Is this from like a children's like
It sounds like something I heard at 4 years old in 1977. Come on.
Well, okay.
Oh
Short
my
notice.
God.
What am I? It's not like Motley Crue made a lot of Thanksgiving songs, so I don't have a lot of choices
I
here.
just picture myself like waddling up to my dad's Zenith television and like turning the UHF knob.
You have to hold your
television station that was playing that song.
You had to hold your arms in just the right position to get the signal.
Yeah. I grabbed an antenna with my right arm and put my left arm straight up in the air and started singing along.
Exactly. That's just what it's like. Well, that was an awesome moment of zen this week, and I am glad that everybody's going to be filling up on turkey here in a moment. Hopefully you're listening to this right before, because this is festive. This is easily the most festive podcast we've ever had. This is like holiday spirit here.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, future holiday spirit.
And I know a lot of you are driving, because every time I drive on Thanksgiving, I load up on podcasts like nobody's business. So be careful.
Yeah.
Be patient with your kids, like hitting you in the back of the head with toys and asking you if you're going to be there soon. And just put the earbuds
You
in
gotta
and
do
let.
the dad line though. You gotta be like, I will turn this SUV around. I will turn around. We will go back. There will be no Thanksgiving. None
Here's the
of it.
problem. Here's the thing, Tess. Since about, I don't know, maybe 3 years ago, I don't hear my kids anymore. I just see the back of their iPads that they have them shoved in their faces.
That's at the same time awesome and horribly sad.
Yeah, I know. I know. It's really sad. The only time I hear them is when they go.
Grandmother's house to grandmother's house, riding on a horse to grandmother's house on that.
Sorry, I couldn't resist because you
No, play it.
Sorry,
The only time I
sorry.
hear them is, Dad, can I please have the charge cable for your iPhone so I can hook it to my iPad? I'm at 5%. That's the only time I hear them.
That's when you hear. Yeah, I'm at
I
5%.
know.
He can at least send you an email or a text message that you get in the car. No, don't text while you're driving. That's a
Yeah, that would be bad. That
don't
would be bad.
text while you're
All
driving.
of a sudden, I now have a vision of like your OnStar reading it to you. Like
that'd be
your kid
great.
texts you,
Your
and the
kid's
OnStar
texting
goes,
you, and the OnStar's
"You
like,
have a text from
your son.
Dad. May I please have, or I have to pee. Can we pull over?"
Dad's like, reply, wait.
Hold it for 4 more exits.
There's a Coke bottle under the seat.
That's it. Talk to your mom, get the Coke bottle, and get to work.
Yep, it's all good. Well, one of the things we were going to do last week that we didn't really get around to is we were going to do this new thing called Adventures in Noobness.
Da-da-da.
Now, the podcast is designed for people that are kind of just getting into the game, and so we wanted to kind of help with understanding some of the stuff. And so I figured what we would do is we'd start with like the races and then work maybe into the zones, and then eventually maybe we can get into some of the story that starts, and maybe we can even go back in history and give an overview of the past, and then eventually work up into the new content so that you can listen to this and actually kind of know what's going on. So I wanted to talk about I know Milita's favorite race, and mine as well, the Asura. Even though my main is not an Asura, I love the Asura, and Militus loves the Asura.
It
And
was my first class.
yes,
It was my first
Humans.
race choice
mine
in the
too, mine
game.
too.
Humans, FTW.
Humans in this game, though, by the way, just so you know, they're kind
Humans.
they're kind of not like in the lore.
But it
They're kind of the bad guys.
Logan is smoking hot. Just saying.
That's what it's.
Yeah, but
so
they
this
were
is all about Logan
such
being smoking hot.
Jerks to the char.
They were.
Ugh.
I'm sorry, Logan with his voice. No, you will not get me off. I will post some of the dungeon videos that we have, and I'm just going, whatever you want, Logan. I will do whatever you want.
Logan totally stole my Dave Navarre look for my human tune. Did he not, Boom?
Yeah,
Like I tried to pull my Dave Navarre look off, and he pulls it off better. It's just
Well,
Logan does everything better. 'Cause
the
Logan
humans,
is
the humans were
foo.
a part of like there's this overarching god story in the background of this. There's another planet, there's Tyria, and there's all these people that nobody really knows where everybody's coming from. The gods drop the humans off in the middle of it, and it's kind of a weird story. But the Asura, largely throughout the entire history of the game, kind of remained unknown. They kind of kept to themselves.
underground.
And underground.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of just lived underground, which makes them really, really cool. But what I like about them, that I think Militus also likes about them, is that they're all about the academics.
Oh yes,
the science,
yes,
the inventions.
yes.
But
That's
you
my
know what's
science
really
I don't even know
interesting
what to
about
say
them?
to that.
Like the Azura are so academic, but they're not. I think they perfectly represent me because I'm like horrible at record keeping. I'm great. I'm good, decent at science in terms of investigations and stuff, but I'm bad at record keeping. So are the Azura.
Yeah, they're not like
They're fantastic.
they're
at
always
looking
losing
forward.
plans. They have no idea where anything is.
Yeah, they don't know where their archives
then
are, but they
there's-
can create some fun stuff.
Zosha.
Yeah,
And it
so
seems
it's
they
just a
have to.
little
Well,
rough around the edges.
I don't know. I like Zosha. She just has some nasty teeth.
Well,
She
and,
does.
and we always, the funny thing about Zosha is every time we'd run into her in our story stuff, we'd always be like, "Come back here! Stop it! Stop!"
Yes, she would just kind of get into
Run away,
Yeah,
and you're like, stop pulling everything in the dungeon.
yeah. She just
Speaking
like
of running,
starts
another
without you.
reason why these are so cool,
Yes.
you guys have to admit, is their animations when they go side to side and you strafe.
Yeah.
Because their heads are so big that when you go side to side, your head carries your weight.
It's like a
all the way
bobble.
over,
Right.
and you just kind of flop all
And
around.
you look like you're
And
falling
their
over.
ears go blip, 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 blip.
Basically, they
They're
look like they're
pretty
fall. It looks like they're just trying to keep their body under their head at all
How
times.
tall are they?
They're about 4 foot tall, I think.
And I have to pull out a quote from Mama Tess. So, listeners, there is a very important gamer, and
Fair.
it is my mother. She is 60 some. She would kill me if I told her exact age. Years old, and she is a killer, epic, hardcore MMO player. And I got her into Guild Wars, and her first tune that she rolled was an Asura. And she fell in love with this Asura. And to the point, every time we would do something, she'd be like, I can't do this. I'm too whittle. I can't run. I'm too whittle. I can't jump over there. I'm too whittle. Can I change my name to Whittle? And so she bought a name change. And the funny thing was that she couldn't get
She was
the
like level
spelling of it.
10. Wasn't
Yeah,
she?
she's
Level
already like
10?
Get
she.
the
It would have been
spelling of
faster
it.
to just go get a new tune.
I
and
know.
call, yeah,
And,
yeah.
and so she bought a name change. She couldn't get the spelling she wanted. She
Oh my
tried like
gosh.
7 different spellings of whittle
Yeah. Did she
until
come
she
up with
finally
one?
got the one she got. And she was like, now I have to find all the other people that had this name, that took all of the names that I wanted, and invite them to a whittle party.
You guys want to be in a whittle party? That's fantastic. They are whittle, but they make up for it. They're very intelligent. And I always picture them. You can be anything. So you can be any of the 9 professions with any of the races. So you can be any of the different things. So it's kind of funny because you can be a warrior Asura. So you can be this little tiny 4-foot thing that just does like,
Thanks,
massive
boom.
like.
Now ArenaNet gets more money from me because I'm about to go buy a character slot so I can roll as a warrior.
I'm going
Yeah,
to do that.
it's totally-
I am going to do that.
You're welcome, ArenaNet.
It's
I'm
so
buying a new character slot.
so I did a Revenant Asura recently.
Oh, I bet that's fun.
And so he's a little tiny guy, and he does all sorts of cool things, but it's kind of fun. So basically, though, to just give you a little bit of background behind them, I always kind of, from the story, you kind of get that they're not really the fighters. Even though in the game you can make your hero into any of the things, they're more like, I want to build a robot that goes and fights. And then I also want to watch all of the other people in the race.
Priory.
Well, there
Oh,
are.
they lead. Oh,
Yeah,
they lead a
they
lot of
lead.
the Priory.
But you get the impression, though, that they kind of want to watch all of the other people kind of duke it out while they just kind of orchestrate. They prefer to be the orchestrators of all of the destruction.
They don't want to duke it out. They'd rather build a golem that would go in and kick ass for them.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So
or
they
a
try
ray
to-
gun
they're trying
or
to take
something
that way.
crazy like
Yeah.
that.
And I started reading one of the books, and in the book, the Asura is kind of not a nice guy, but yeah. That's kind of the way they are when they're young. They hang out in the Metrica Province, which is the starting zone. Then when they're old enough, they join one of 3 different colleges. So you'll hear those references a lot when you're going to it. The College of Statistics, College of Dynamics, and the College of Synergetics. And I believe that's one of the choices you get when you're leveling them. I think it's one of the things that pops up, and you pick, and then that helps you decide.
Well, I thought you
which
did that at like
direction.
character creation.
I don't know if it's character creation or if it was later on. I can't remember, but it was
I
early
think
on.
your
Pretty sure.
choice. I think it's your choice at character creation to answering those questions that kind of pushes your story into one of those 3 colleges. I
That would make
think.
sense. That would make sense. So they start out in the Metrica Province. It's a very kind of lush tropical zone. It's actually on the edge of the Maguma stuff from Hot. So there's a little bit of semblance there. If you're in that zone, by the way, their capital city has everything. It's one of the really cool capital cities in the game. And it's a cube that's in the kind of the middle of the map. And if you go into that cube, you can, especially
Floating
if you're
in
into
midair,
crafting, it's floating
by
in
the way.
midair, yes, because they're awesome. If you go into the cube, though, there's and you're into crafting, in the center of the cube, you can have access to your bank. You can have access to the guild bank, or the guild bank, and then the what am I thinking of? Auction house. So you can go to the black market. So you can get to all 3 of those in the middle, and then branching off of each of those are all of the different crafting disciplines all in that one area. So if you're into crafting, this is a really good place to be because you can get to everything quickly. And as you craft, you'll see why that's kind of important. It's really hard to get materials and get it all sorted out. So that is kind of a little overview, unless you guys had anything else to add about the Asura.
I want to add something.
Yes.
If it's okay. So a couple of things. Number one, how cool is it that every race in this game has an epic capital city? I mean, seriously.
Yeah, right.
I mean, epic capital. That's number one. So number two, for me, when I was doing my world completion, I'm going from capital city. Like the Black Citadel was the one I had the least familiarity with in terms of the Char's capital city. But it was Radasum that, for me, was the first game design where I saw verticality. Because I think there's like 3 layers
It's very
or
steep,
levels.
The Grove is like that too, though.
Yeah, true. You
Yeah.
kind of float up in the grove. But I just love Radasum. I thought it was so cool and so.
Yeah.
It's got those little. Two. Let's not discount the Asura's most profound contribution to the game, in that our portal system, our waypoints.
Oh, yes,
Without
that
the
is
Asura,
tuned
we
by
would have
them.
none of
It's their technology that gets you around quickly. Yes, I forgot. And in that capital city, there are all of the portals, so you can get around to a lot of different places, and you're going to find that you need to use those when you're doing some of your story
For
missions.
money.
Yes.
So my question is this.
Wildstar.
I have a question. So my
Yes.
question is this. Who's getting all of my teleportation dollars?
They go for social programs that help these
It should
starving
come back
kids.
to every tune that is the race is
Is it Asura?
we gotta
Because
get
I haven't
10%
seen.
cut.
I have
think-
not seen a dime of that.
I think
Because
it
if it's
goes
going to
to a-
social programs, they're doing a crappy job.
I'm pretty sure it goes to keep the cube floating, and it goes to a Norn in need.
It goes to paying all the professors in all the colleges.
There you go. Because there are bunches of
It's-
them.
Free
I-
higher education.
I actually think that the
Radasum.
majority of that probably goes to the football coach at the university.
ouch.
Oh,
Zing!
no. The Azura don't have football coaches.
Well,
Sorry.
there you go.
But
That's the humans.
No,
that's right.
Norns.
No, that's the Norn.
That's
the
the
Norn.
Yeah, the
Norn.
Norn would be way better football players. Yes. Well, that you bring up a good point, and I like. I really like everything about this class and all of the things that it offers. You should go out and just get one. Get a little 4-foot dude, run around and have some fun with it. But
What's
it
your-
is
They do have
it
a
is
sad
fun.
story.
Oh.
They do.
Because Tess kicked my butt in the trivia last week
Yes.
with one question. She got me on the Primordius question,
Yes.
which is what, Tess? Tell us what dragon it is.
The fire dragon.
Yeah, okay. So she kicked my butt on that question.
Right.
Largely because I picked the wrong square or whatever it was. But
You got-
beyond
you got
that,
click happy.
I'm
You're
not
click
bitter.
Right.
I'm not bitter at all. But let me say this. So the Azura are tied back to Primordius. Do you guys know this?
I did not know
No.
this. Where'd you find this out?
There was a champion of Primordius called the Great Destroyer. And this champion destroyed most of the tunnels that the Azura had created for like hundreds and hundreds of years, killed like lots of their population. So anyways, it's kind of sad. They had to go to the surface at some point to get away from that champion and get away from all the destruction that was being caused. And now they're our allies, right? Now they're fighting with us against the Elder Dragons. But yeah, that's kind of sad, right? They were kind of run out of their home, run out of their tunnel networks.
And they were totally fine underground. They didn't need to be a part of anything else.
right.
Yes.
I think one time they were fighting the Skrit, believe it or not, because
Yes.
the Skrit, the
Underground.
little rat-like creatures, they're all digging tunnels and they're bumping into each other like, hey, get your tunnel off me, bro.
Right. Right.
Your tunnel should be over there, Skrit, brother.
It's kind of fun though how they have a more of a futuristic vibe in an older world, and they bring a lot of the steampunk kind of aspects to it.
Sci-fi.
Yeah, because
I think they bring a lot of sci-fi.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit of sci-fi, a little bit of steampunk, but they bring some of those other elements to the game that are kind of fun. Where all of a sudden you're in a a land that's got horses and carts and everybody's flinging arrows, and then you go over to the Asura, and now all of a sudden I've got glowing lights and things that are hovering, and it's
ray guns,
golems.
So,
things are zapping
Milla,
you. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Millie, so Boom, you said that your Asura is a revenant.
I have an engineer. I have Boom Tap the engineer, and then I have Boom Eidolon, which is a Asura.
Okay.
And then he's the Revenant Asura, sorry. And I don't know. I think that's all I have. I just have
What
those
do you
two
have, Milla?
Asuras right now.
There's no question an engineer, because it fits like, okay, when I first bought Guild Wars 2, quick story, in 2011, when I bought Guild Wars 2 in the fall of 2011, I loaded up. I'm like, I had no idea about lore. I had no idea about any of the classes, any of the race, or sorry, professions, or any of the races. I'm like, well, the Azura look cute. I'm gonna roll an Azura. So I rolled an Azura engineer. And I named him Stephen Wozniak.
The Woz. Yes.
The Woz.
The Woz.
He's in the game.
And as I played the story of the engineer, I was so happy that I picked that race because it just fit my profession to a T. It's a nice meshing. Like I almost think like the warrior. I'm probably gonna make people mad, but like a warrior, a human, Norn warrior, like they really represent, I think, warrior well. I think that the Azura represent the engineer like the best of all the races. But that's that's just me.
Well, my Asura is my Mesmer.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I have a Well, and the whole reason is because I came across a Mesmer in PvP like the first time I ever played, and I was like, it drove me insane.
Mesmer's
absolutely
totally
nuts.
kicked my butt in PvP.
So that's what I roll. You know what we've never said is we've never said what our main is.
Oh.
So Boom, what's your main?
What's your main tune, Boom?
I have a Norn warrior who is called Boom Smack. That's my main. That's who I roll around on.
That's your main. What about you, Milla?
He's a berserker.
My main has changed several times over the last 3 months, but my main is Militus Raptor Strike. And Militus Raptor Strike is a ranger with a leaning towards the druid heals. And yourself, cool. Tess?
Well, my main has changed. My main is now a guardian / dragon hunter named Tassari. So that's a human.
Can I tell you though that one of the things about this
and I'm
game,
a Savari, by the way. Sorry, I'm hated because my main is a Savari ranger.
It's a secret. Don't tell anybody.
Sorry, but I'm still cool.
You're so cool. You're so cool.
My hair is sweet.
He does have.
I don't have any hair.
He has
but
awesome
my hair in
hair.
game is totally sweet.
It is sweet.
Cool.
I do have a black Asura with blonde hair. So
interesting.
I have a black Asura with white hair.
It's like cool because it just like glows.
Yeah,
makes it pop.
Me too.
But no, what I was gonna say about this, the thing about Guild Wars, there's two elements that make the gameplay so much fun for me. One is you can play these different types of characters, and they just all play so different, but they're all so much fun. So my main is that warrior, and I play it because he's the one I've leveled the most and I've done the most stuff with. But my favorite character is easily the engineer. I really like playing the engineer, and I'm gonna have to get him as my main at some point and that was my first character 2 years ago when I started. But he, out of all the types of game styles, I really like him the best. So that's one of the things when you're playing it and you're starting, feel free to create a couple extra characters because you kind of need to go through the rotations of everything. And then this brings up the other side of that, which is the different weapon sets. So I am so in love with the fact that I can just pick different weapons and flip through them and have a lot of fun. So I have a great sword, and then in currently in PvE I use a longbow as kind of my ranged, because I feel like I need a ranged when I'm in some of these battles. But the other night when I was playing with you guys, I was like, I don't want to play great sword. I want to play axes. So I just grabbed some axes out of my bag, and now the game played totally different. My axes, the abilities were totally different, and it just gave me like a fresh like feel. And so when you mix and max, and I do a sword and an axe, I got a different gameplay, and I do a mace and an axe, I got a different gameplay. And so there's just hundreds of little combinations inside of each class, and to me they all feel viable. So I know that everybody's into min-maxing, but as I got to play this more and more, I was playing, for instance, PvP, and they were like, you got to go with this and this and this to be great at PvP. And I was like, I don't really like that. I like to play with this other stuff. And I do just fine playing with whatever I have, as long as I know how to use it.
And that kind of goes back to what I was saying last week, is that I really wanted, it just in my mind, a guardian has a shield.
Right. I'm with you.
Just in my head, that's, they're in this heavy armor. They kind of have this paladin vibe, you know. Right. They need to have a shield. So I was so bummed because shield just isn't very viable in the old world stuff. But now I'm starting to get excited because with the idea of this new tank spec, you get so much toughness.
You really do.
From a shield. You get more toughness from your shield.
And you get shield bash.
You do, but the shield abilities aren't awesome. That's kind of why it kind of lost popularity. Isn't because it's just because of the two abilities you get from shield aren't awesome. But I'm really excited. I'm like, I don't care anymore. I'm gonna play what I want to play.
Yeah, you just play what you want to play.
Yeah,
that's why I look at it.
It's funny because like on my Ranger this last week, the same kind of thing happened. I play longbow, and then I usually swap my weapon to a greatsword and then beat the crap out of something in the face. So I'll longbow until I burn all my cooldowns, swap, jump in, because it's got this leap ability where you turn into like this bird. You swoop in, and then you hit your number 2 ability. You turn into a bear, and you just crush the crap out of the person in front of you, and it's so great. Yeah. But anyways, I'm playing with. I'm like, I never played with axes, like you're saying, Boom. I'm like, I've never played an axe, so I'm like, I'm gonna play axe warhorn.
That's different.
Yeah, let's break out the torch. Yeah,
I burn through my abilities on my longbow. Then I weapon swap. I blow my horn. I get this power buff. Check it out. I get this power buff. Then I blow my number 4 ability. I call down a bunch of ravens to peck the hell out of the thing I'm fighting. I throw the axe at it a couple of times. I hit my 3 ability, which freezes it. It's frozen. I'm like, hey, my longbow's off cooldown. It's time to kick ass again. And I just go back to like laying the wood to him after that. It's just such a fun.
Yeah.
Oh, I lay the wood to him, man. It's so much fun.
Isn't that cool though? You can find your own little combos and your own little way to play, and you're not locked in and saying, I've got to play with this one type of weapon. I don't need a mace and just that's what I get to play with. It's everything is open to you.
And I love the fact
much. I mean, there's restrictions, but
that Guild Wars 2 uses such small numbers, because when you're using smaller numbers, it makes it easier to understand what the heck you're doing. So, yeah, can you min max? Absolutely, but it doesn't matter as much. So, if you find a play style that's really awesome for you, go for it. That's what I love it.
And even though you have, here's another point to be made about this, and I'll shut up. Even though we have all this great flexibility with weapons where we can swap out, have all these abilities like Boom said, my interface is not clobbered to hell and back with action bar after action bar after action bar. I have the one small action bar. As I swap my weapons, my abilities change, and it makes going back to any other MMO, not saying anything wrong, that have all that stuff all over the interface.
But with that said, it
just does.
It's still complex. But with that said, it's not like it made it simple. It's not simplified at all. There is a lot of complexity in how all of this stuff lays out. It's just that they've done such a great job in the UI that you don't get burdened by being like, okay, which abilities do I need on my bar and how do I have to arrange that bar so I can play it, and I really, it made that trivia question last week great, because you were, which one is number 6? What's a heal? Great. Yeah. Okay, cool.
It's heal. Yeah.
I just know that. It's just, they
no matter
make it
what profession
accessible.
you choose, that's the heal.
Exactly. Well, we have already had a fantastic futuristic show. But I would like to toss any shout outs, and it'll be a little hard because we tossed out shout outs from last week and we haven't heard from you this week. And, you know, we've got a lot of great new people listening to the show and giving us feedback. And so we would compliment them right now, but
we don't know that.
We don't know who you are. So we can make it up.
I give a shout out to Carl, who, I don't know.
I hope Carl gives us a 5-star review. That's all I'm saying.
Carl gave us a 5-star review saying...
Good job, Carl.
We're awesome. I don't know.
Good job, Carl.
Carl, you're my favorite.
Way to go, Carl. Well, and, you know, I think that everybody should have a wonderful Turkey Day. Eat lots of turkey. Be thankful for whatever you can find. Enjoy your family, friends, gaming friends, whoever you have, and enjoy the rest of your day. If you're listening to this on Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving to you. And anything else you guys want to add?
I love you, Boomy. I'm thankful for you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
And Militus, maybe a little bit.
You did kill me.
I was over here getting sad.
So,
like, what about Milla?
She did kill me off, Militus, in the beginning of the show.
I love you. You're my favorite, Milla. Because Boom's dead. There you go.
You're not helping yourself out, Tess. You're making it worse. Well, everybody, on that
I want to
note,
say happy Thanksgiving to you too. You guys enjoy your
Yes.
friends.
You as well. And I will miss seeing you next week, even though I'll see Tess, but I might not see you, Militus.
I'll see you guys.
Maybe one Thanksgiving we could do a precursor turkey.
That'd be fun.
We all get together and have turkey.
That'd be fun.
Precursor turkey.
Turkey.
That would be That would be super fun. One more time before we go.
There's a man named Farmer Brown. He's got the fattest turkey around. He's been feeding that turkey well to fatten him up for a Thanksgiving meal. Mrs. Brown said, "Honey dear, let's eat that big bird this year. Go and fetch your brand new axe. Take that turkey round the back. Fly turkey, fly real fast. Day is gonna be your last."
On that note, we are out. Poor turkeys. Go vegetarian. Thanks for listening to the PrecursorCast.